On a night when the sky remains unchanged, the moon still hangs silently above us. Yet few people realize that humanity is about to return there once again. This mission is not just a journey, it is the beginning of a new era. And its name is Artemis II. More than 50 years ago, humans last set foot on the moon in 1972. After that, everything went silent. The question is, why did we stop? The answer is simple: budget constraints and shifting political priorities at the time. But today, the world is no longer the same. The moon is no longer just a destination, it is a crucial step toward the future. It could serve as a staging point for missions to Mars, a source of valuable resources like ice that can be converted into fuel, and perhaps even the foundation of a human civilization beyond Earth. Artemis is the program designed to achieve this vision. It is divided into several missions. Artemis, I tested the spacecraft without a crew. Artemis II will carry humans around the moon. And Artemis III aims to land astronauts on the lunar surface once again. Artemis II stands as the bridge between testing and reality. It is the mission that must prove humanity is ready to return. This mission will carry 4 astronauts. They are not just pilots, they are representatives of all humankind. For the first time, this journey includes international cooperation, with crew members from the United States and Canada. Each of them has undergone intense training, survival, spacecraft control, and handling the unexpected. Because in space, there is no room for error. At the heart of the mission is the Orion spacecraft, a new generation vehicle designed for deep space travel. It is far more advanced than the spacecraft of the Apollo era, with improved heat resistance, modern automation systems, and the ability to support a crew for longer durations. Orion will be their home throughout the journey. To launch this spacecraft into space requires immense power. That power comes from the Space Launch System, or SLS, the most powerful rocket ever built by NASA. Its thrust is strong enough to break free from Earth's gravity. The moment of launch will be one of the most intense moments of the mission, where everything must work perfectly. After leaving Earth, Orion will travel toward the moon, but it will not land. This mission is about orbiting. The crew will travel farther than any human has in decades. They will see Earth from a distance, observe the moon from perspectives never seen before, and most importantly, prove that humanity has returned. But space is never safe. Danger exists at every moment: cosmic radiation, system failures, and the extreme heat of re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. Even the smallest mistake could cost lives. That is why this mission must be as close to perfect as possible. The entire world is watching. Not only because of the scale of the mission, but because it represents a major step for humanity. Nations around the globe are competing for the future of space. The moon is becoming a new arena of global competition. The technologies developed through this program will not remain in space. They will return to Earth, influencing advancements in artificial intelligence, energy systems, and new materials, just as the Apollo program once transformed the world. If Artemis II succeeds, the next step will be Artemis III, the mission that will return humans to the lunar surface. This time, it will include the first woman to walk on the moon. And beyond that, it may no longer be about visiting. It may be about staying. Humanity could build permanent bases on the moon, using them as a stepping stone for even deeper space exploration. Artemis II is not just a mission. It is a signal that humanity has not stopped dreaming. From Earth to the moon, and from the moon to Mars, this is a story that is becoming reality, and this time, we are all witnesses. The journey has only just begun. As Earth slowly shrinks in the distance, seen through the spacecraft's window, the crew maintains a steady connection with Mission Control in Houston, Texas. Calm and reassuring voices from NASA continue to reach them, reminding the astronauts that they are not alone, that they are still connected to home. But that connection is about to disappear. As the spacecraft passes behind the moon, All communication signals, radio and laser alike, are blocked by the lunar mass. For approximately 40 minutes, the 4 astronauts will be completely cut off from Earth. No voices, no signals, only silence. It is a moment of profound isolation, yet also one of deep stillness. Victor Glover, one of the Artemis astronauts, once expressed his hope that people around the world would use this moment in a meaningful way. He encouraged everyone to pause, to reflect, and to send their hopes and good wishes toward the crew as they pass through the far side of the moon, waiting for the moment when contact is restored. More than half a century ago, astronauts in the Apollo program experienced the same isolation. In 1969, while Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin made history on the lunar surface, Michael Collins remained alone in the command module, orbiting the moon. Each time his spacecraft passed behind the far side, all communication was lost. He was completely cut off from his fellow astronauts and from Earth itself. Collins later described the experience as being truly alone, separated from all known life, and yet he did not feel fear or loneliness. Instead, he found peace in the silence, a rare moment of rest from the constant demands of mission control. Back on Earth, however, the loss of communication is far from peaceful. It is a time of tension. Ground stations track the spacecraft carefully, monitoring its position and relaying data to NASA. Then, suddenly, the signal disappears. All that remains is silence and waiting. Every second feels longer, filled with quiet anxiety and hope. And then, at last, the spacecraft emerges from behind the moon. The signal returns, and the world exhales in relief, because that signal means the crew is safe. In the future, efforts are already underway to eliminate this blackout entirely. Projects like Lunar Communication Satellite Networks aim to provide continuous 2-4-hour coverage even on the far side of the moon. Such systems will be essential if humanity is to establish a lasting presence there. But for Artemis II, this moment of disconnection remains one of the most meaningful parts of the mission. Because in that silence, the astronauts are given something rare: the chance to experience the moon in its purest form. They will observe its surface, capture images, study its geology, and witness its beauty in a way that only a handful of humans ever have. And when they return, they will bring those stories back to Earth, from the silence of space, to all of humanity. Beyond the silence of space, there is something even more profound taking place within each astronaut. As they drift through the vast darkness, far beyond the familiar pull of Earth, their perspective begins to change. The boundaries that once defined nations, borders, and conflicts start to fade away. From this distance, Earth is no longer divided; it is one fragile, glowing sphere suspended in the void. Many astronauts who have traveled into space describe this transformation as the overview effect. It is a cognitive shift, a moment of realization that everything humanity has ever known exists on that small blue planet. Every city, every ocean, every life contained within a thin layer of atmosphere. For the crew of Artemis II, this experience may become one of the most powerful aspects of the mission. In those quiet moments, as they look back toward Earth, they may feel a deep sense of connection not just to their home but to all of humanity. At the same time, their eyes will be drawn forward to the moon, a world that has remained untouched for billions of years. A silent witness to the history of our solar system. Its surface, marked by countless craters, holds clues to the past records of cosmic collisions and ancient events that shaped not only the moon, but Earth itself. The astronauts will spend part of their journey observing these features in detail. Using advanced imaging systems, they will capture high-resolution photographs, study geological formations, and gather data that will help scientists better understand the moon's composition. This information will play a critical role in preparing for future missions, especially those aimed at landing and establishing a long-term presence on the lunar surface. Because returning to the moon is not just about exploration, it is about preparation. Preparation for something far greater: Mars. The technologies tested during Artemis II navigation systems, life support, deep space communication, are all stepping stones toward the next great leap, sending humans to another planet. Unlike the moon, Mars is millions of kilometers away. A journey there would take months, not days. There would be no quick return, no immediate rescue. Every system must be reliable. Every decision must be precise. Artemis II is where that journey truly begins. It is where humanity relearns how to travel beyond low Earth orbit, how to survive in deep space, and how to work together on a global scale to achieve something once thought impossible. And perhaps, more importantly, it is where a new generation begins to dream again. For decades, space exploration felt like a memory of the past, a chapter defined by the Apollo missions. But Artemis is rewriting that story. It is inspiring engineers, scientists, and dreamers around the world to look up once more. Children watching this mission today may become the ones who walk on Mars tomorrow. And in that sense, Artemis II is not just about the 4 astronauts on board. It is about everyone who dares to imagine what comes next. Because every great journey begins with a single step. And sometimes, that step leads us back to where we once stood, so that we can go even farther than before. If you like space stories, you are our friend. Click follow and press the bell so you don't miss any action.